Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi everybody, it's Kat.
And you're here, you're at the Savoy. You're at the may all those memories be forgot. I don't know the words to the New Year song.
All acquaintance be forgot.
And a Valentin kiss. They're still kissing all weekend because they love each other now. Hey, you know what?
Curtis and Portia?
Huh? Well, no, I said Anna and Valentine.
Oh, yeah, they were, weren't they? They were kissy facing.
Oh my gosh. All right. You know, I want the confidence of one Mr. Valentin Cassadine. Well, it's a new year. You're going to have a lot of kissing. I need. Oh, hi, everybody who's watching, by the way. Hello. Say hello in chat so we can say hello to you specifically. Hey, Brittany, welcome back. I want the confidence of Valentin Cassadine in my life, okay? I want to be able to sit down to somebody I'm crushing on over the last 27 years and be like, let's just stop playing games here. We know what we both want. Let's just go make out at the Savoy. Like, I want that in my life. Don't you? Everybody wants that.
Absolutely.
So,
It was, because Valentin. Confidence is sexy.
Yeah, and Valentin has that in droves, right?
Yeah, confidence is sexy.
What does he do?
They were kissing and kissing, weren't they? Every time they went in the shop, they were still kissing.
They were like they started making out at midnight and then they just didn't stop.
I know.
They just didn't stop at all. And I want that for every new year of mine from now until the end of time. It's just midnight for just all weekend, just at midnight on Friday until Monday morning at 9 a.m. when I got to go to work, just making out.
I don't want that.
Everyone's like, why are your lips so chapped?
I'm out of here. I'm done.
Well, everybody, thanks for joining us right here on the 10th floor. So my bad. We only had four episodes this week. Once again, it's like a dry season during the holidays for General Hospital. Yeah. But
did I look at Friday to see what they were showing?
I didn't. That's for sure because I don't have it on the regular TVs.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They played something.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They played something. But it was an impactful 4 days though.
Oh, I remember what it was now.
What was it?
It was the episode where Peter is telling Anna to just throw the papers in the fireplace.
Oh, okay. So maybe some of that will start cropping up once again because they're very smart when it comes to their replays. They play something that's appropriate for the story that they're telling now.
Yeah, kind of like a recap thing, huh?
Yeah. Sort of like, hey, remember this thing that happened 6 months ago? It's about to come back and haunt our friends.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of stuff is haunting our friends. Okay, impactful week. Biggest week ever for Sonny and Carly.
It was court heavy, wasn't it?
It was court heavy. It was good heavy. It was drama, soapy, sappy, sudsy nonsense heavy. It was fighting and arguing and telling the truth and telling each other off. And I love Nina. I know you hate Nina, but I love Nina. Look at you just sitting there.
I don't love Nina.
I know you don't love her, but I love how she told Willow exactly what happened.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Willow found. Yeah, she did. She did. But that Nina.
What? Listen, you still find her to be wrong? She's been trying to keep this family together. All right, she's been trying to make sure that the truth of Nixon Falls did not explode the Corinthos family because Nina gets nothing out of that. She's walked away from it all. And yet here it is, still in her face, still throwing it at her when she's just trying to move on with her life. And you don't support her.
No, heck no, I don't support her.
You want her to be in a Pennsylvania prison.
I don't know about all that.
All right, folks who are watching on the live stream and chatting with us, what do you think? Does Nina deserve to go to prison for what she did, or is she in the right of the situation where she's just trying to move on from it? Do you agree with Matt, or do you agree with the very wrong Cat? That's what I want to know.
I want Nina just. Well, for one thing, what she should do is move and get the hell out of there. That's what she should do.
But who's going to pull Sonny and Carly apart again if it's not Nina?
Exactly. I said, oh boy, they're going to get a divorce. Give them 2 more years. Wedding number 5.
I mean, I don't know about a couple of years, but I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for them to move on to other stuff. Sonny and Carly have been together since 1997. It's okay to put them with other people.
Yes, but they have had long breaks.
Yeah.
Where they weren't together.
Yes.
They've had long breaks.
Right. And then the writers get tired and lazy, and they're like, let's just put Sonny and Carly back together.
Well, if you leave them apart long enough and then let the story move, let the relationship build again, and then us fans will be in their corner to be together.
Maybe
that's the way it has been in the past.
It's true. It's how you keep them strong, right? You got to pull them apart and stick them back together, because if it lasts too long, it gets a little stale.
Exactly.
It gets a little stale.
Exactly. You've got to have drama and everything. That's why marriages don't last, and that's why that's why Erica Kane was married 8 times.
Maybe they should just realize it's done. We come together. We finally maybe we're just good in bed together, and that's it. Maybe we should just be friends who bone and stop this whole marriage thing.
Yeah, well, I know a couple. Actually, I know 2 different couples that had told where the wife girlfriend had told me, "Oh, we're solid as long as neither one of us puts a foot on the floor."
Oh my gosh. A couple of responses from the chat here. Brittany agrees with you, Ma. She doesn't think that Nina is sorry about what she's done at all. Well, Esther,
I don't think Nina's sorry either.
Esther A loves Nina, and the Corinthos clan had this coming. I don't know, man. All right, so Carly is in this because of her own B-word attitude, okay? If it wasn't for her own B-word attitude towards Nina, the story would be entirely different. And if Carly wasn't Carly, if she didn't react like she does to stuff, then Sonny probably would have told her right away what really happened in Nixon Falls if she was a more rational person. But he knows that she's not a rational person. The only thing that Carly has over Sonny on this is that she was honest about her relationship with Jason right away.
Absolutely. And I agree 100%. I would not be in Carly's corner and that's not like Carly to tell the truth right away.
Mm-hmm.
She's more of a schemer than that.
Yeah. And
for her to tell the truth right away, that's different for her.
It's
different for her.
I mean, but also with all of this happening, she is still standing on the balcony going, "Oh, Jason, I need you so much. Oh, if only you were here."
Oh, that's true.
I mean, she always reaching out to Jason during her biggest problems rather than trying to sit down to the man who is being as honest with her as he possibly can. But you haven't said. You haven't said. What am I going to say? There's nothing I could say to make you happy. It's true, because she's a wild banshee.
Okay, I forgot. You know me. All right, Sonny, I forgive you. I'm gonna whip her ass, and I want you to watch. There you go.
All right.
Or even.
All right. Well, it wasn't Sonny's fault. If he remembered, he would have left. He didn't remember. If he remembered, he would have left. But he didn't remember, so he stayed.
This is
Yeah, go.
I think that Sonny stayed quiet, trying to, just get his life back. And I think he stayed quiet, not for a bad reason, even though it wasn't the right choice. I think he stayed quiet. He was just trying to have it go away. I understand that. Nina, no. Nina was quiet because as long as she was quiet, that doesn't mean that it would necessarily have to be over. Perhaps it would rekindle in some way.
Well, the heart wants what it wants. And here's the real moral question about this story, okay? You have these feelings in your heart, but you don't act on them. You don't do anything to blow up the current situation that they're in. You don't try to ask the dude out for dinner on a regular basis. You're not trying to insert yourself into their lives. Like, Nina really has stayed away. She's only run into these people at Rice Plaza. Maybe she shouldn't have gone to the Metro Court, but whatever. She's just kind of run into these folks. She's not trying to. Should she feel guilty over having love and doing nothing with it? Because she's done nothing with it. That's the real moral question. Is it wrong to be in love and do nothing about it? Is that still wrong?
Well, that's an affair of the heart.
Yeah, it's an affair of the heart, not necessarily a physical one. They never had a physical one. They were not about to go bone down in Sonny's bed.
They almost did.
He didn't get married.
And guilt got a hold of her.
Yeah, a couple of times. She did say you need to figure out who you are before you move forward with this. Mm-hmm. And then he got conked in the head during the fire. Mm-hmm. And then he remembered who he was, and now they can move forward with this. Look at that. Hey, you know what? Okay, he left that bar all drunk. I don't think that Nina's going to take advantage of him. I think that he's going to be on like, hey, baby, my life is blowing up. Maybe I should like make a baby with you, right? Because he does that kind of stuff. And
well, I've always said that if Nina could jump out of menopause for a second and have that one lonely, dusty egg, Sonny would find it.
Sonny's going to find it. Sonny is super smart. So, but also at the same time, I don't see Nina as the type to be like, okay, Sonny, since you're super drunk right now, obviously now is the time for me to get it in. I just don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either.
No.
I don't see it happening either. But, and I wasn't I completely expected Nina to show up there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Everybody needs to go talk to Phyllis.
Yeah, because it's Phyllis's place. Exactly. And both of them are going to go talk to Phyllis.
Yeah.
I don't think she wasn't even there, was she?
No, she had the night off. She was enjoying the new year outside of Charlie's.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got more comments here. Also, Esther has a couple more comments here. Will anyone mention Sonny was in Nixon Falls for 3 months before Nina got there? No, nobody's ever going to mention Sonny's time alone in Nixon Falls. But they seem to be assigning the blame to Nina because Nina knew who he was as soon as she walked into the bar. Nobody else knew who Sonny was. As wildly unpredictable and weird as that must be, since he's a wanted criminal in multiple states and nobody could recognize Sonny Corinthos. It's the story they told and what happened.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Lastly, Carly said her love for Jason died when Sonny entered the bedroom. That's obviously a lie. She never admitted to the depths of her feelings for Jason, and that's true. That's true. She said we were going to have a real marriage, but she did not say we admitted that we were desperately in love with each other and have been for decades, and now is the time for us to finally be together. Like none of that has ever come out to Sonny. So
no, but none of that ever came out to Sonny. But I don't think that would be a shock to Sonny because of the relationship. The friendship.
It wasn't a shock to anybody in Port Charles. Everybody that they went to was like, "Oh, okay, this makes sense." Okay, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Finally, you two crazy kids have got it figured out. And then he died, Ma. And then Jason died.
I know.
And then he got crushed under rocks and died.
He ain't got no body, though. We'll see what happens.
He got smushed into smithereens to a point where there was no body to recover. So we know we do know what's coming next though for Miss Carly. It may not be romantic, but she getting herself a Jason replacement, isn't she?
Yeah, didn't I just say that?
You did last week. You said Jason, Jay can slide into the Jason role. So, she's on the bridge. She's on Jason's bridge, which used to be Jason and Robin's bridge, but now it's just Jason bridge.
It was Jason and Robin's bridge
It's
first.
where he goes to think.
Absolutely.
It's where he goes to think. It's where he's always gone to think. Since he was a 2-year-old boy, he's gone to this bridge to think. And when the bridge fell down, he paid to get it replaced.
Yeah, because that was his ponder spot, right?
That's my pondering spot. I like to look over at this river and I like to ponder. And so he's standing there pondering on a regular basis, just thinking about life. And now he can't because he's dead. So he can sit and think about afterlife, maybe. But Carly has taken it. Just like Carly takes everything from everybody else, she has taken Jason's bridge from him, post-humorously or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever.
Jason could be back. It's just a matter of 5 years from now. Is COVID going to be the same thing it is today? Oh, gosh, I hope not. Maybe Steve Burton will be back in 5 years. He was
Maybe.
gone for 5 years. Maybe he'll fall through the skylight again. Why not?
At 60. Jason's back and I'm 60.
Well, Steve Burton is 51 years old. So why not? He'll come back in 5 years or so.
Oh my goodness.
I'm all
Maybe.
for it.
Maybe. We'll see. Nothing is ever promised and nothing is ever
But
guaranteed.
right now, he's patient number 7.
Patient 7, patient 8, patient 23. But at the end of the week, Carly's out there pondering in Jason's spot, and up walks Drew. I couldn't stay with you all night tonight, Scout, because I needed to go to Jason's bridge and think.
I think he's just going there, Jason's bridge, trying to make some kind of connection with his brother. He's so sorrowful that they were really becoming brothers and working as a team, and then Jason, of course, got the boulders on his head.
We spent 2 days together, half of which I was brainwashed, but I really came to start to respect Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway,
I think not only to ponder his brother, but just ponder life and just be. I'm sure that Drew would be in a place of gratefulness right now.
Well, he's got a little bit of gratefulness and a little bit of survivor's guilt as well.
Yeah, because he got his life back and he got his little Scout back.
Yeah,
and
but it was at the cost of Jason's life.
Yeah, and he got his mom back.
I'm so sorry that I came back and Jason didn't.
Mm-hmm.
One life is not more valuable than the other, says Monica.
But I'm digging Cameron Matheson so far.
He's good, isn't he?
Oh, I like him.
He's a good time. He's a much more cheerful and happy Drew than Billy Miller was. But then again, Cameron Matheson is probably in a much more happy spot than Billy Miller.
And the character is different, When Billy Miller first came back, he didn't even know who he was.
No, not really. He's like, oh, I'm actually not Jason. Oh gosh.
Well, he called himself Jake. He called himself Jake for months.
Well, yeah, when he first came back, he didn't have any Jason memories, and then they unlocked the Jason memories, which weren't actually his memories because he was Drew the whole time, and now that he's Drew again, it seems as though he is fully aware of his... They really haven't said.
They haven't.
At all. I think we're supposed to just take it as... This is who he is now, and maybe they're not going to say anything about the Jason memories.
Maybe. Do you think they're trying? I would think this would be smart. They're just trying to get away from mentioning him.
It's possible, but then they also like show him during the holidays, and they talk about him on a regular basis. If anything, maybe. Maybe they're just leaving it for the right opportunity, since, maybe he'll be joining the Corinthos organization in some capacity, or he's going to be helping Sonny and Carly in some unofficial criminal capacity in some way, and his Jason memories will come into play, where he'll be like, oh yeah, I remember doing this so-and-so. I remember Jason had this conversation with blah, blah, blah. I remember the details of Miss Wu's yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I can see how that would help. You can still use Jason without having Jason and not use Jason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think as an audience, though, they need to give us a little bit of... Because I think they need to give us a little bit of time and a little bit of space because, like we said last week, we ain't thinking about Jason when they mention him.
No, we're thinking about COVID-19 and the fact that Steve Burton left.
Exactly.
So hopefully in the new year we can...
With a little time, we would probably not be so engrossed in that.
Probably. Just give it a couple of months, and when they mention things like they mention people in passing now, like Kiki. Mm-hmm. Oh, remember Kiki? I remember Kiki.
Yeah.
But nothing ever too deep, and like Jocelyn. I'm never gonna forgive Ava for what she did to Morgan, but. She's also the mother of Avery, and she also is Trina's mentor.
Yep. I remember her saying that.
Yep, and then she snuck up on Cameron and just ate his face.
Mm-hmm.
Just those little kids, little Aiden and Charlotte were like, or Aiden and Violet, just like, ew, gross kissing. Back to the fireworks. But if there's anybody on the cast of General Hospital that loves love, it's Little Miss Violet. Violet loves love.
She does.
She does. She wants everybody to love each other.
And like everybody on soap operas as well, she gets one disappointment after another.
She's gonna grow up like hating weddings. She's gonna be 12, and Finn's gonna be like, "I'm getting married to your mom again," and she's gonna go, "Yeah, like that'll work out." You tried to marry Anna, that didn't work. You tried to marry Elizabeth, that didn't work. Now you're gonna marry Hayden.
Whatever.
I don't want to be your flower girl. I'm too old for that, Dad. Get out of my face.
I don't want to be no junior bridesmaid either. Get out of here.
That's like giving me a producer credit in season 3. It's just a title.
That's so funny.
Oh man, Violet. I don't know. I think Violet's got a big future ahead of her. Maybe we'll get lucky and they won't age her.
I would love.
What a fun pun! I didn't realize. Maybe we'll get lucky and they won't age her. Hey,
there's one. There's one that didn't get aged. They stuck around.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get Robin. See, that doesn't work as well as Lucky. So,
yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I would like for her to stick around some, but she's not in. Violet is not the daughter of a major player. Robin is a
pretty
Scorpio.
major.
Well, yeah, but Spencer.
No, she doesn't have that last name.
Right, that one of those anger families.
No, what is her last name? Is she Violet Finn?
She should be Violet Chase.
I don't know, because Finn's his legal last name, right?
Well, he changed his last name, didn't he?
Yeah, to Hamilton Finn.
Hamilton Finn, yeah.
What was Hayden's last name? Hayden Barnes, right? Hayden
Barnes, yeah.
Violet Barnes. I don't know. Hey,
Chase's
chat.
last name is Chase.
Hey, chat.
Right?
Hey, Matt, Cat, and Chat. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's the 10th floor with Matt, Cat, and the chat. I love it. I love it.
I love it.
If you happen to know what Violet's last name is, go ahead and let us know, or you can reply in a comment, or you can tweet us on Twitter at 10th floor GH. Hey, all while you're here and listening, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. That would be wonderful. We need to get to 100 little subscribers just like you, so we can change the name of our channel and make it a lot easier to find. I'm just being honest with you folks. Just going to be honest with you.
He's going to help us out.
It's going to help us out. It's going to help you out. It's going to fill up this chat box so you guys can talk to each other and not just us. Esther thinks we have a great podcast. Brittany thinks that everybody in Port Charles knows that Jason and Carly have been in love since the 90s. And she's also holding out hope for something you're holding out hope for, but I'm not sure exactly what that was in reference to. Maybe Jason's return. I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's going to be real quick unless it's a recast.
No, there's a whole lot of stuff that's going to happen before then, like Sprina. Sprina's going to spring before that happens. Sprina's going to spring in early 2022. Okay?
I think they're going to spring.
They're going to spring by spring.
I think they're going to spring by spring, and maybe they'll spring on that weekend they're finally going to go on that they never stop talking about.
Gosh, maybe. I mean, they really are building up to it. I can't imagine that this.
Yeah, they're building up to a lot for that weekend, aren't they?
Well, yeah. Okay. So Esme keeps on putting down the whole romantic weekend type of vibe, and it's only to remind Trina that she's got nobody, which isn't true. She's got much better friends than Esme has.
Yeah, she was trying to encourage Trina to come on this weekend, and kept on saying it, and then right there in Kelly, she said, "I understand if you don't want to go now."
Well, yeah, because she's really trying to screw with her.
Yeah.
You should come. You should come. Oh, since it's just these couples, I can understand if you don't want to come anymore.
Yes. That girl's dark, and she's terrible.
Yeah. She's the queen of the mean girls. All right. She's Rachel McAdams in that queen in that movie. You know the movie I'm talking about with the mean girls. What's it called?
Mean Girls.
Hey, you got the joke. Maybe she'll get hit by a bus in the end. I don't know. Yeah, Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. Anyway, she's the queen of the Mean Girls. So she's just really trying to torture Trina into this and get Trina to like not hang out with this group anymore. It seems to be what her goal is, and it's not going to be
She wants
successful.
to hurt her feelings and make her go away.
She's doing all this stuff. Jocelyn clearly has a plan to mess with Esme during this weekend. Cameron is inept. Cameron is just a boy. Cameron is the most just a boy I've ever seen in my entire life on this show.
Actually, Cameron is just, that's true to form for a 17-year-old that's like, he's crazy. 18-year-old, he's crazy about Jocelyn.
He's just a dumb guy. He doesn't know what's going on.
He know half the time that his blood ain't in his brain. So,
Oh my goodness. But yeah, he don't know. He's like, oh, we're all friends, right? Oh, oh, come on. There's not any real drama here. This is just girl stuff. It's your girl stuff, right? We're going to have a great time at this cabin. So they're going to do all that.
I love it.
And Jocelyn's going to spring some sort of plan. Trina will have some sort of heart-to-heart conversation with Spencer about how much of a douchebag he is. And it'll end with a smoochy smooch a la Boy Meets World that Topanga's going to see. And,
yeah, it's true. It's so funny. That's funny. You're right.
And Topanga's going to see this, and she's going to be very unhappy, and then she'll try to start stalking Spencer. I don't know exactly what's going to come from. She might have to go and talk to Ryan and be like, Ryan, you got to do something to your cellmate. You got to do something to this prison guy here.
Oh my gosh!
Put me towards your Spencer. I don't know. Can I call Esme Topanga from now on? I think that's kind of too complimentary.
Yeah, it is actually. He's too complimentary.
Esther agrees that just a boy is the best description of Cameron. And Brittany and Esther support Violet Finn being the name of one Ms. Violet. See, look, I love this live interaction, all right? Because I don't have to go back on Twitter and be like, hey, you guys, thanks for telling us 2 hours after our podcast what the truth is. Now we get to know what the truth is right away.
But someone did tell us the truth this past week, which, you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, about
Scotty
why Scotty and Sonny aren't on the same team.
Well, why Scotty is not on Sonny's team, I mean, is more clear.
Yeah. I had forgotten all about that. And, there was times throughout all these years, blocks of times where, because of work, because of kids, I didn't necessarily get to watch General Hospital.
Yeah.
So I do vaguely remember now, even though I don't remember I think I was watching it probably just spotty at the time. But yes, I do remember that Karen,
Scotty Baldwin's daughter, Karen, was putting herself through college.
Yes. and then she was in the strip club.
So Sonny used to be a super bad guy.
Yeah. But you know what? I also, and you guys, if you remember this differently, let me know. I don't think back then Scotty knew that was his daughter yet.
Oh, and then he finds out after she dies, huh?
I think he found out later.
Chance to know my daughter away from me.
I don't think she was dead already when he found out she was his. I think when all that was going down, I don't think he knew that was his daughter.
Gotcha. All right. So Karen, right? Karen?
Yeah.
Karen, Scotty's daughter.
That was before Karen was a bad thing,
Stripping. just taking her clothes off for the titillation of the Port Charles citizens out there. And Sonny was all like, yeah, do it. Take your clothes off, baby. Here's some drugs.
Yes, and Sonny was different then. He was more of a hoodlum kind of guy.
More of a Cyrus Renault.
Cyrus tries to have a facade of something decent sometimes.
Yeah, but Sonny did not.
Sonny back then, he was just not a good person at all back then.
All right, so Sonny, the bad guy, Sonny, not Smike, not
Smike.
Sonny, Mike,
and not
Sonny,
even old Sonny.
not even old Sonny.
No, not even old Sonny. He was more of a opportunistic, didn't care about hurting people, and he didn't have the code that he has now with the no hookers, no dope.
Look at that. Look at that. Nathan Banks with the details. Thank you so much, Nathan Banks. Karen began stripping at Sonny's club, the Paradise Lounge. She also got hooked on pills at the same time she was participating in a summer program at GH for future doctors. Hey, look at that. She was trying to strip her way through college and got hooked on the stuff.
Yeah. And Sonny didn't care.
And Sonny didn't care, no.
He didn't care.
So Sonny was originally brought in, though, as like a foil to Luke, right? There was like Luke, the heroic bad guy, sort of. And then there was Sonny that was like, ooh, this guy. Oh, this guy. Oh, he's dirtying up the streets of Port Charles. We gotta clean him up by cleaning out Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fell in love with Carly, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I guess, huh?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what was the story that made Sonny more sympathetic. Because when he grabbed Jason, that was bad. That was bad news. That was bad news for Jason. That was bad news for the Quartermains because, well, I mean, Sonny turned Jason into what Jason is today, right? Or was until he died, because Jason is dead now.
No, he isn't. Anyway.
Oh, gosh. Esther still thinks that Sonny is still a hoodlum. He got amnesia by taking law into his own hands after going after Julian, and he put a hit out on Peter. I think he's just still a mob boss is what all that comes down to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's not pulling the trigger anymore. He sort of did with Julian, but, that was a rivalry for the ages.
I don't know. When was the last time we actually saw Sonny shoot somebody?
Julian
Maybe
Jerome.
Dante?
Julian. He shot Julian right in the gut.
Yeah, he
right
did.
In the gut, belly gut.
Yeah, he did.
And then Julian died on the bridge.
He hated Julian so much.
He sure hated Julian a lot. He hates all of those rivals, though. He might not hate him anymore because Mike is on full display, even when defending himself to Carly. Mike is out.
He is.
Mike is going to take over Sonny. I have said it. It is my declarative statement that is now not going to come true because we have said it on the podcast.
Well, I know that we all know that Sonny Nina's not over. It's not.
Oh, gosh, no.
Sonny Nina's not over.
It's barely even started.
It's not
We're going to get
at
Sonny
all.
Nina because they are so good together, Ma. They are so good together that we're going to get a couple of years out of this. Goodbye, Carly. Carly can move out of Port Charles. And you know who will miss her? More people than they realize.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of people out there that don't enjoy Carly. There's a lot of people out there that are just like, take her off of my screen right now.
Yeah.
But when she's not on the screen anymore, you guys are going to miss her, I promise.
Well, I don't think she's going anywhere, but I can understand why fans feel that way a little bit.
She does have the most episodes of all of the characters on GH. She does have the most, and you don't even need to measure it with your lists and stuff that get shared on GH. You can just watch the show and know that Carly is on more than everybody else.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, I will give like Days of Our Lives credit, though, because I did see one of those comparison things of how many cast appearances. And you got like Carly at like 179 episodes, which is more than half the year. And then over on Days of Our Lives, the maximum episode count was like 89. And the difference between number 1 and number 10 was like 10 episodes. It was like 89 versus 79. While GH is like...
They have things
it's a little more balanced, a little more evenly shared. They probably have fewer characters as well.
Probably.
But it is what it is. I like it though. Okay, I like GH. I enjoy watching this stupid show about a stupid hospital and the stupid nonsense that happens in the stupid town. I do.
I do too.
You know?
And yeah, sometimes it's real far-fetched, isn't it?
Yes. We've had everything from toxic balls to machines that'll freeze the world.
Exactly.
Hello, Jim.
Worms in your brain, all kinds of stuff.
Yes. Si, senorita, por favor, all of that stuff. Yes. Oh, my gosh. My goodness gracious. What a silly show. So new year, new plans, new prospects, new cast photos. Did you see the new cast photos?
I saw some of them.
So
I saw a little bit of
they
them.
clearly had a little half day of photography on the set of General Hospital.
I'm hoping that they're going to create a new opening.
That would be really nice to see a fresh opening with some fresh pictures. But I really enjoyed what they have released as like the cast photo, which includes a bunch of people that aren't on the top of the GH stories, which makes me hope that these people are going to be on the top of GH stories in 2022.
I think they will be. Are you talking about the photo where Cynthia's in it?
Yeah, Cynthia,
and Portia and Curtis.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the photo right now. I'd like to show it to you guys, but my little look at that. It sort of comes up, but my little background makes it funky. J. Carius thinks that GH needs to cut the cast down. I mean, to a degree, sure. I think that there could be a little more focus in figuring out exactly who the lead characters are and who the supporting characters are. Everybody kind of is the lead of their own story. And if maybe somebody like the Obrecht Scotty thing is kind of their own story that is tangentially attached to yet another story. If they just kind of let some of the details go on some of these characters and had them fully on as just supporting only without their own thing happening, maybe there might feel a little more balance when it comes to the cast if there was a little more understanding as to who the leads are and who the supporting characters are. Maybe. But I don't really know if that works in a soap world because you're on 5 days a week and you need 5 hours of content. And you might not necessarily be able to get 5 hours of content out of the main 4 or 5 stories that are being told. So I think that I'll have to watch more Bold and the Beautiful and Days of Our Lives and stuff for me to kind of understand how that balance works a little better. I am pretty limited to just GH watching.
Me too.
That and All My Children. And All My Children is all about their leads too. The Tad and Erica and Jackson and all them. Like, that's what the show was about.
Well, you know, All My Children was, and all soap operas are like this, but All My Children was very, very family, you know, the staple families.
Yes.
The Canes.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, and it just leads into what they also, like, what they call the show. It's All My Children. It's a story about all of these rich and powerful families in Pine Valley. So this is what's happening with the Canes and the Cortlands and all of that. General Hospital was originally a hospital daytime drama about what happens inside a hospital, and then it expanded from there.
Absolutely.
And became the action adventure crime FBI show.
You know, to be honest, back in the day, back in the early days of GH, the majority of it, they were on the 10th floor.
Heck yeah, that's why we picked this. Ring, ring, nurse's station, 10th floor.
Well, let's talk about Snow White a little bit.
Oh, but I did nothing wrong. I promised to tell the truth, and then I did. Why is that a problem?
You could have lied.
Oh, to the court? How could I ever tell a lie to the court? They made me promise to tell the truth.
Nobody was going to rat you out, Willow. Nobody would have countered you.
Oh, but they would know. They would have to know. Because I'm honest. I'm the good one.
Well, she wasn't the bad one. She wasn't.
No.
She wasn't the bad one. She told the truth. You know, it's not her fault. That truth wasn't already out there.
It was.
And Scotty did intimidate the crap out of her.
You're gonna go to jail forever. If you don't tell us what's happening, your little boy is gonna be abandoned.
Oh gosh.
I
thought
maybe I should have said something before.
I was a little bit in Willow's corner though, because she was a little more assertive, stood her ground a little bit more.
She's getting tired of this, okay? And I love it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought that life was going to be a lot easier with Michael. When we were fake together, things were so much simpler.
Oh, goodness gracious. So she's up there blowing things up. Nina, oh my God, I just love Nina. I love how she's just like, you didn't have to do that. You knew to just shut your big trap.
I I mean, they were almost yelling at her on the stand. Just don't say it.
She's like, no, no. And I also love Sonny trying to get Carly out of there.
Come on, let's go. There's a couple of things we need to talk about real quick.
And then like the daggers that Carly gives Sonny, and then Sonny is just like, me? Ooh, me? Little Sonny? No, I've done nothing wrong. What? Oh,
I lived it. Just like I said when I said, what did they ban to her face? Oh my gosh. She was just like, I will kill you.
Now she's really, 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 really unhappy about this. Honestly, I think that Carly is a little too unhappy about this. She is super, like she's thrown him out. We need time apart, and just, I mean, he did not know who he was, and as soon as he knew who he was, he came right home.
Yes, with his mouth shut.
Hey, so when I thought I was somebody else, and when I thought that I didn't know me, and I didn't know that I had a wife, I fell in love with this other woman. And as soon as I remembered who I was, I realized that love was wrong, and so I left and came home to the woman I love.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you leave the life that you enjoyed to come back to me? How dare you? What?
Oh, well, the only thing that Sonny did wrong was not come home and tell the truth. And the only thing that Carly did right was tell the truth.
But okay, so maybe this is just my lack of experience, because I've never been married before. Ever. Not once. Not even for a single day in my life have I been married. You know, not like Nicolas Cage, who gets married for a week and then immediately annuls it. You know, I'm not that type of person. So I've never been married. Mm-hmm. Like Chad Duell and the other lady from the other soap. They were married for like 2 weeks.
I know, that would seem so odd because
it's super weird.
They were together for a very long time.
I guess he just didn't put the toothpaste back on the lid back on the tooth.
And then they got married like around Halloween. And then by Christmas they was done.
I don't know what it's like for the rich and powerful out there when it comes to marriage and that kind of thing. Like I said, I've never been married one time in my life. I don't know what it's like to get married and go home with that person and be like, ooh, whoa, wow, you stopped trying already. I don't know.
It's not our business to know.
It isn't our business to know. But what is our business is Sonny and Carly's marriage and Carly's reaction to Sonny not saying anything. Okay, cool. Sonny didn't say anything about him living a life he didn't even know about. He wasn't Sonny.
But she got mad too, because when she finds out the truth, then she starts thinking about all the times that she approached them chatting. They're chatting again.
What is she so threatened by?
Because she no longer trusts neither one of them.
For not doing anything and coming home. Okay. See, this is why Carly's not a good person. This is why Carly's a bad person. She won't even listen to Sonny. Sonny's out there with his Mike Hart on his sleeve.
I dreamed of you. And if you just turned around and I saw your face, I would have come home, but I never saw it.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't listening. She's not listening.
No, she's not listening.
She's angry.
She's gonna stay angry, and they're gonna split up. And she's gonna wind up with somebody else. We'll see who it is. Maybe it'll be Drew. Maybe it won't.
I don't know. Drew is just too good with Sam, man.
Yeah, the chemistry there is
poor
so
Dante, and Dante can feel it too. Dante is just like, oh, Drew's great. Drew's here.
Mm-hmm.
The drama.
Yeah.
Maybe when Lulu wakes up, right, and she'll come back to town, and Dante will be like, oh my gosh, Lulu's back. Sorry, Sam. Here's the finger, right? And then he leaves her. And she's all like, oh, why? And then he just turns around and, like a great, like frankly, Scarlett, I just don't give a damn type of deal. Maybe he can turn around and be like, Lulu's my Jason. And then he'll close the door. Huh?
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe.
Hey. Esther doesn't want Drew and Sam together. Wait, Please not Drew. I hope he gets with Sam. Oh, she wants Drew and Sam together, not Drew and Carly together. There we go.
I want Drew and Sam together too, because they do have good chemistry on there. I do like it.
Yeah.
I do like it a lot. It's fun.
I think it's fun too. I think that they have great chemistry together. I think they're going to be great little parents together. And what she's got going on with Dante right now is just good fun.
Yeah, but Dante's going to get his feelers hurt.
He is
but
going to get his
Lulu
feelers
could
hurt.
wake up. That'd be great. Now I want to get back to Peter. Come on. Somebody's got to kink the hose on
Oh, it's
Peter.
going to happen. Give it a little more time, okay? Remember how long he was in the freezer box?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be in a coma for a couple of minutes, and then something will happen. He'll wake up. I don't know, because clearly we're setting the stage for something else. Cyrus Renaud is on his way back. He was in the pictures, the cast promos. Oh, I didn't even go over who was in that cast promo because we are a bad podcast with no map.
I didn't see a promo picture with Jeff Kober in it.
I mean, it wasn't one of the full cast ones. It was just a little solo. So they took fresh
like
pictures,
a headshot.
like a headshot type of thing. Like they haven't had one of him, but he wasn't on the flip or anything like that before.
No,
So,
they took Michael Knight's picture that day.
I didn't see one. But in the cast photo, which we're going to get in 2022, is going to be great. It's going to be TJ Molly. We got Felicia front and center.
Yes.
Front and center. Alexis, Harmony, Curtis, Portia, Nicholas, and Nina are in this cast photo. Now, other pictures were taken. Ava had a picture, Carly had a picture, Sonny had a picture, but they're not included in the group photo. And I really love who they chose for the group photo. I really do. Because it's not the same faces you've seen a billion times.
No, and it's a kind of like a cross section too. A lot of those folks in the picture, they don't necessarily have story together.
No, not directly. Really, Felicia is just the oddest ball in this group picture.
Think Felicia got something juicy coming
Something
up.
huge is coming for Christina Wagner and Felicia. Absolutely.
Well, maybe Felicia gonna get rid of Peter.
Maybe. I mean, she's very, very, very tied to that. And Christina Wagner said in an interview recently, too, that she's being put into a major storyline and she's being thrown right into the depth of it. So it's going to be something big and something quick. So I hope,
I love it.
that means probably a little more
Come to the aid of her daughter.
a little more, yes, definitely. A little COVID outbreak too. Maxie and Britt will be off for a little bit.
What happened?
Their vaccinations got jumped.
Oh, they're COVID positive?
They got the Omicron.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me.
Which ones do?
Maxie and Britt.
Oh.
It's okay. They'll just be gone for a little bit.
I thought that she already had a breakthrough case of it.
Britt,
did.
there's a little question as to whether or not Kelly Thibault actually caught it before or just had a false positive, which made her miss some work.
Oh, okay. So
So
maybe
we're not 100%
illness.
sure if this is her second contraction or if the first one was a falsie.
But both of they're not terribly ill though.
It doesn't seem like they're terribly ill, no. The vaccination seems to be doing a good job when it comes to people not getting the worst of the possibilities out there. So
it does seem to, it doesn't necessarily keep you from getting the disease, but it keeps you from getting a respirator.
yeah, for the most part.
Ventilator,
Absolutely
all
for the most
that.
part. I mean, it's not a guarantee, so always be safe and smart out there, but yeah, the likelihood is better. But this isn't a medical podcast. This is a podcast about a fake medical show.
Yeah.
So let's get back into it. Jeff Coper's coming back as Cyrus Renaud very soon, and that's very exciting. And I think there's just a couple of criminal elements that need to be lined up before they can wake up Peter. This is what I want to see. You know how the last couple of months, ever since Cyrus has been gone, ever since he got arrested after the hostage crisis, I've wanted to see him in the Hannibal Lecter helpful style.
I know
where he's
that.
just like, let me use my criminal mastermind to help you solve this crime. So I need some sort of Cyrus is coming back as some sort of religious zealot type of, I found God, and through God, we're going to defeat Peter August. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, but he's going to be dastardly. For sure.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be him doing this thing, and then we're either gonna find what Cyrus has really been up to this whole time, or something's gonna happen that is just so tempting for him to slide right back into that world of underbelliness that he does. But then also at the same time, Jeff Kober is such an amazing actor and is able to bring so much to the characters that he plays. He could genuinely just be a good guy from now on, and it would work.
That's so not his wellhouse, though, because he's just been cast as a bad guy over and over and over. He's so good at it.
But could you ever think of
And he was so
Valentin?
good on Sons of Anarchy. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, he was good on there.
Yes, he's a very, very good bad guy, but that doesn't mean that there isn't room for him to be serious and to be a
sure.
good guy. That doesn't
Well,
mean
he
there's
can
no
do-
room.
Oh yeah, he could do both. But yeah, I think you're right though. He might be a good guy, but he'll be pulled back into it by circumstances and out of his control, or just something just too good not to do.
Well, Mr. Renault,
In the bad world.
now that I've let you out of jail, says Selena Wu, maybe there's something you can do for me. And my nephew Brad. What? Me?
What do you want? I loved it.
What does that mean?
Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Did you see a headshot of his?
No, I didn't see.
No?
I didn't see one of those. I don't know exactly what went into this photo thing. If there's multiple days of it, or if they just used whoever was on set, like the holiday greeting promo that they did on ABC with the cast was clearly just who was at the Savoy set that day.
Yes, just who was at. I know there was some criticism about things not being, people not being fairly recognized, or just more faces. I understand that, but I'm sure that's what happened, Matt. There's just who was at work that day.
Mm-hmm.
Did the Christmas greetings?
Yeah.
If it would have been an Ashford heavy day,
Then they would have been very Ashford filled. Oh, the Ashfords. All right, we got like 7 minutes left, so we can talk about Marshall and how I don't think that he's a bad guy at all. I think that he's wrapped up in something that got way out of control 30, 40 years ago, and is still suffering from it.
I agree.
He is there because he's supposed to be. He clearly was sent there, I guess, by whoever was on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But Marshall is also being like, hey, don't come here. Don't push this. I'm doing what you told me to do. Just relax. Because he doesn't want this to splash onto to Curtis or TJ or Stella.
Oh, and he asked Epiphany to be in the band.
Yeah.
She's going to do it.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
gonna do
definitely do. I want some big things for Epiphany, okay? I want her
too.
and Marshall to just be great for each other. Okay? I want that to happen. And you know who needs a sister? You know who needs a sister that she didn't know was her sister, or at least a sister that she lost contact with a very, very long time ago. Phyllis needs a sister.
I agree.
I think
Why
Phyllis and Epiphany should be related. Let's just do it. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? They both got similar, like, let me help you, baby personalities. Make it happen. Write it. Why aren't you writing it? You should be writing it right now. All right, we got to compose this email to Frank Valentini, because you and me, we're the show. We do the show. We don't do the show.
We do the show.
Oh, we do the show. Okay, good. All right, I need you to get right now. Or get on that episode. Right in that episode. Then you got that episode written. You got it? You don't.
So what else, Matt?
Oh, I don't know. There was only 4 episodes this week. I think we talked about most of it.
Mostly court.
Lots of court. Lots of good court. Lots of good court. Lots of do it. There's a lot of that. Any good court is great when you're just like, do it. Like if it ends in marriage troubles, then it's a great session at the courthouse with the little echo. It had a little echo sound effect to it, because they were in a much bigger courtroom than what's offered at Port Charles.
Now, you know what I thought was kind of silly? Sonny shouldn't have needed no ride from Charlie's, okay? Sonny don't drive himself around.
Mike does.
Mike does, yes. I
Hey,
guess.
Brittany has a topic of conversation for us. What do we think of Alexis becoming a teacher?
I think that's a great fit,
I
actually.
think it is too. And I liked how the professor was like, "Oh, you're that Alexis Davis. Okay, you don't need to take this class. As a matter of fact, here's a job."
Yeah, I think it's perfect.
Well, she's got to pass the background check, and she is a criminal now.
Yeah, she got a record.
She's got a record.
Yeah.
And Christina loves to tell people about how she ran over Kiefer, so
And
that's a problem.
well, her record is, stabbing Dante.
I know, but then Christina's going to be like, "Oh, by the way, my mom ran over Kiefer one time. You should know that too."
You can read my pledge.
I got the drug cups. I got the pledges. We're going to take them down. Eventually, we're going to put that song out, and people are going to love it.
We are.
Eventually, people are going to love our 3-year-old Shiloh references.
I know. Our 3-year-old song that we were supposed to do at the convention.
I know. We keep on getting... Okay, folks, if you're
ago.
in or around the Los Angeles area and are planning to go to the GH Con in March, if it still happens, because it's been postponed twice now, we'd love to see you. So, look out for us.
Yeah.
And we would have had a song come out 2 years ago had this convention actually happened. But hey, we're on YouTube now, so we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be terrible, and you guys are gonna love it. So
It's gonna be so bad it's good.
yeah, it's one of those things. It's anyway. So I do think that let's just go to the Savoy, you guys. Let's just all climb into my Range Rover together. We're going to go to the Savoy. We're going to party, all right? We're going to watch Martin and Lucy sneak out while everyone's making out so Valentin doesn't fire Martin.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see Lucy, I don't know, like hate but also enjoy the secretiveness of this new relationship that she's in. Scotty's going on vacation. He's got to get away from Obrecht for a little while she's mad at him.
I'm gonna miss Scotty.
He'll be back in a couple of months.
Oh, I know he'll be back, but I've just enjoyed Scotty and Obrecht together so much.
Well, yeah, that's not going anywhere. That's too good to walk away from so quickly. But this week's episode of the 10th Floor podcast, though, is something that I'm walking away from as I'm going back to my car. Goodbye, folks. See you at the Savoy, right?
Right.
You drive safely, look at the weather report, put your seatbelt on, make sure that your kids are strapped up properly in the back, secure your loads, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you see somebody giving birth on the side of the road in the woods, go ahead and pull over and help them. It's normal. People don't have babies in hospitals in this part of town.
You don't want your baby to be born in the hospital. Chances are it won't be okay.
Right.
You want your baby born in the woods.
Just get a midwife, an inexperienced midwife. And so, just find a doctor going jogging. I think that's probably going to be your best bet. It's just go into labor and just keep your eye out for a jogging doctor.
Keep your eye out for Dr. Holt.
Dr. Gatlin Holt just going on a little run on his property. Oh, you're having a baby. All right. Well, let's deliver the baby. And with that, I'm going to enjoy my 2022. And I hope you do too. So yeah. I've been Matt.
And I've been Kat.
And we're going to catch you right here next time on the 10th Floor.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye. Good afternoon.
Bye. All right. I think we're off.